Hey guys, Scripted here with another video, and it's official. The ratings are in, and no one should be surprised by this. You make a show about your own personal life and your own personal relationship with your sister and all this junk when you're supposed to be making a Star Wars show. Just the way it's going and has been going, and the ratings have gotten worse since the Season 2 of Mando finale with Luke showing up to save everybody from the Death Troopers. After that, it's just been slowly plummeting. Depending on the show, I mean, Andor didn't do very well at all, but just as far as the ratings are concerned, but just every show's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And now this is officially the Acolyte season finale scores lowest Star Wars ratings. And then it says, check out the viewership ratings. Season 2 is in doubt. Now, I doubt that Season 2 is in doubt, actually. Because one thing I've learned about Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm under Disney is that they do not learn from their mistakes. They double down, triple down. They just keep going. And they put so many things into this show that were left open-ended, despite the fact that Leslie Headland, preached this message of, it's going to be a final, final. You're not going to have a whole bunch of questions. It's not going to be open-ended, and it's completely and utterly open-ended. There's nothing but questions. She even threw the Yoda cameo at the end. She even threw Plagueis in there. Like, there's nothing but questions. I don't know what she's talking about. So, having said that, I think they probably, even though this was a complete botch and bombed and waste of $180 million, I will not be surprised at all if they don't do a season 2. It won't be. Or if they do a season 2, excuse me. I would be surprised if they don't. Because that's their style. That's what they do. They know that the formula isn't working, but it's not about money and it's not about success. It's about the message. It's about them, like the guy from Disney, the Disney VP, they're going to change the world, right? They're going to change what we think about things. So I don't think success is what they're worried about. I think, and again, look at the board. They kept all the same board members on. They kept Iger. All these people Kathleen Kennedy still works there after all the issues and projects canceled and things bombing and losing money. It's not about money. It's about them, like the Disney VP guy said in the hidden camera. It's about changing the way we see the world. They think that they're gonna change everybody's worldview essentially, which is never gonna happen. But again, because of that, I think they will do a season 2, and they left it so open ended. I think they will do a season 2. With the last episode 8, the Acolyte scores the lowest ratings for Star Wars season finale on Disney Plus. Also, finally, after 4 episodes, the Acolyte makes the Nielsen charts, but it's at the bottom of the barrel at the number 10 spot. A Season 2 announcement didn't come at the recent D23 Expo at a cost around $200 million. It's doubted a second season will be happening. Well, that's the other thing, too, though. It didn't have to cost that much. That show could have easily been made for a lot less money. I mean, I can't believe that was $180 million. That was like $10 million, what I saw on the screen. So I don't know where that money's going. I don't know if Disney's just like, whatever, it's a tax write-off, we don't care. But there's no possible way that $180 million was spent wisely or spent on the show. I don't know where it was spent. Maybe it was just spent on catering or something. So July 15th to 21st, yeah, there's the Nielsen ratings, 10th. Imagine that, guys, for a second. Imagine that. Like, I'm not to take away anything from these other shows. I mean, people like them, whatever, The Boys, blah, blah, blah. Cobra Kai, obviously. But, dude, Star Wars. Look what's happened to it. And this is the only time it's on the Nielsen ratings. It's 10th. It's a Star Wars show. I'm old enough to remember when this would have been considered absolutely unheard of for it to be 10th. I mean, back in the day, if it was 5th, we would have been shocked. It would be the highest rated show on TV every single time. That's what we would assume. But they've taken it down so low with their bad decision making. They're inserting their self inserts, whether it's characters that look like them. Kathleen Kennedy loves her brunette lead, or it's self inserting your own personal life, whether it's Leslie Headland's relationship with her dad and her sister and all these other things. Even just the idea that they just constantly have to make established male characters deadbeat deadbeats when they're older men. I don't know if that's how they view their own dads. It's like they're just deadbeats. But all of those things, it's bombing 10th. The Nielsen ratings for the week of the season finale was released, revealed the Acolyte came in at number 10 with 335 million minutes. Previous weeks were under that number. So we got a slight jump as likely more people binged some episodes along with the season finale. Again, however, The Acolyte is the lowest season finale for a Star Wars show on Disney+, so that's not really saying much. Star Wars season finale ratings on Disney+. Comparing the numbers to the other Star Wars season finales, we also see it's the lowest by a pretty large margin. Now, having said that, though, look at this. So Mando season 2, that's peak. Right? That's Luke Skywalker. Mando season 3, still pretty good. And I think the only reason people hung on Mando season 3 is because they really love season 2. It'll be interesting to see what the movie does because most people were not super happy with what they did in season 3. But then look at this. Look, it just goes down. Boba Fett, Obi-Wan. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that Boba Fett got higher ratings than Obi-Wan. But again, as the Obi-Wan season went along, people got more and more frustrated with it. But look at this. Andor, Ahsoka, everything is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And now you're all the way down at 335 from 575. So think about this for a second. 335. So that's a quarter of what they were getting at one point. That's how far it sank. And again, it's not even just the Acolyte. Because look, it's slowly going down as you go. So people are rejecting these shows. Ahsoka, who's supposed to be like this super popular character, nobody cares. 575. Nobody cares. 575 would put it 5th, which is still pathetic for a Star Wars show. It's Star Wars. Like this used to be the number one IP on planet Earth. So it's just going to keep plummeting because, again, I don't blame the Acolyte. What I meant to say was it's people are rejecting these shows in succession, and they're angry and they've had enough. And you've got Ewan McGregor begging for an Obi-Wan season 2 that nobody wants. You've got Leslie Headland telling people on social media and begging them to pressure Disney to give them a season 2 nobody wants. There are people that want an Andor season 2. I think it's possible that Andor season 2 actually does pretty well, like maybe up into this range, the Boba Fett Mandalorian range. Now that people know it, because people did really like season 1 that saw it. But nobody wants Ahsoka season 2, and they're going to do it anyway. This is bad. Like, this is really, really bad. Thanks to a Redditor, we also have some charts which shows how badly The Acolyte has performed compared to other Star Wars shows. And yeah, I mean, it's terrible. Episode count. And this is the mind-blowing thing. Andor had a $250 million budget? Are you joking? Why are they spending so much money? And then Kenobi only got 90, which is, think about how crazy that is. They gave the Acolyte, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's like the most established character by far of anything they've made so far. And he gets half the money as the Acolyte. Like, that's insane to me. But again, you look at it, Mando Season 2, average views per episode, 30 million. You get down to 15. Okay, Kenobi gets 19. Only 10 for Andor. Okay, Mando Season 3 still up there, but look at it, it's just slowly declining. It's wild. So, that all that to say, guys, like this, I think is, you're watching the destruction of this IP. And it was never going to happen overnight. It was never going to happen in one day. It was always going to take years to destroy. You have to work pretty hard to destroy an IP as popular as Star Wars. And they've done their very, very best to ruin it. And it's just taken some time. But it's just going to keep getting worse. It is. I think the second season of Ahsoka is going to do awful. Most people I know couldn't stand the first season. They did so many things badly. The story was so dumb. It was hilarious to laugh at and make fun of. Feel free to check out any of my reviews of that. But it's terrible. It's a terrible show. So I don't see the second season doing even as good as the first season. So that's going to continue to go down. They might have a shot, like I said, with the Mando movie. But even then, I don't know. It's Adventures in Babysitting all over again. And do we really need to watch that? So anyways, all I have to say, guys, it's a mess. The Acolyte was a total disaster. I wouldn't be surprised if they did season 2 because that's what they tend to do with this company because they're weird and they don't make any sense with their decision making. And yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Did you like The Acolyte? Do you think this is just sort of par for the course for Disney? And do you just think it's funny? Whatever. Let me know. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It also helps the channel. Feel free to check anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.